Hello, my name is Garx82 and welcome back to my Gregtech New Horizons series. As we can see, we're down to 18 osmiridium here. I haven't done the Trinium yet, so I think maybe time to get that going. My AU was dropping quite a bit. I've noticed sometimes when the rotor stops working, it stops for kind of like extended period of time. So now it's producing almost 50,000, but sometimes it'll drop and it'll stay underneath the required amount, though the 23. So it'll be off for probably like 5-10 minutes, and then my my power will drop quite a bit because that is my main source of power. I mean, I have other ones, but that's the biggest one, obviously. So yeah, let me go throw that Trinium in there. So we need 320. What's that? That's 256. 300, what is that? 3. Here we go with the math again. 320? All right. I am right. That will be, yeah, 320. So 5 stacks we need. All right, so those are 37 seconds, overclocked at ZPM. So I may not be able to do that entire batch. We'll have to keep an eye on the power. Once it drops to about 1 billion, I turn it off. Anyway, we got that going. Did a little more planning out in my new base. I haven't built any new buildings quite yet, but this is kind of where I'm thinking. We're going to put the fusion reactor. The turbines eventually will go here. And I think this will be the power substation. I think we're going to have this all in one kind of large building. It's not going to be like all the same height, I don't think. Let me just build up a little bit here so we can see. So I think like this may be like 5 blocks tall. The end one maybe, I don't know, 15 blocks tall. And this will be like 8 maybe or something like that. Or maybe I'll make this taller and this... No, I'll probably make this shorter, this taller. I don't know. We're gonna kind of see when we get there. I am thinking we'll have this laid out for 8 turbines to start out with, and then if I want to, I'll add more turbines like on top of them. So when you kind of walk in, which I have no idea where the door is going to be, but you walk in, you'll see like 8. Bunch of turbines. I just don't know how much this fuel is going to produce, and I don't know how fast they're going to burn. I haven't tested that at all. I also was kind of fooling around with a little effect here. We turn this on. It's kind of like a smoke effect in there from, if I can find it. Encased smoker from the Twilight Forest. And yeah, so if we look at that, I thought maybe putting that kind of on top. I know it's technically smoke, like these wouldn't be producing smoke, be more steam, but I don't know. I thought maybe that could be something kind of cool. The reason I have it, 2 of them, is because the way it kind of like swirls around, I think it looks, as you can kind of see it swirling around a bit, I think it looks better when they're kind of half off. Or like they're kind of desynced. Like we have 5 here and 4. So if I like turn that off and then turn them on like at the exact same time, it just looks, it doesn't look as good, I don't think. Anyway, just kind of messing around with that, we'll see. But anyway, I guess we'll turn that off. We need to have that going. But I thought that would be kind of a cool effect to have kind of just in like a smokestack or something like that. I don't know. we'll see. But yeah, let me continue here with smelting up all the stuff we need, and we will come back. And I just wanted to point out a little thing here. We have a floodgate, and it is actually really easy to make. It's just some steel. If we look at that from BC Factory. But yeah, some steel casings, electric pump, and a tank. And basically all you have to do is feed it water, and it will fill a thing. Now it's not gonna like go up higher, but the one down below or whatever, and it's just gonna continue to create water blocks and fill this whole space in. So yeah, that's pretty amazing with not infinite water if you want to fill in like a water source. But I just thought I would kind of point that out. I'm doing like a little kind of pond area here. I was going to put a building here, but I decided not to. All right, and there we go. There is the trinium. So let's get that out, and we will smelt that down. Now, I think we're ready for... Actually, I did do a recipe for the 128s, which is what we need. Actually, why don't I do... No, I don't need to do... I was thinking, should I do a recipe for this? But I don't think that's necessary. So I need 32 times 68. $2,176. Let me just double check that is... Should be right, because it's just 4,096 divided by 2, isn't it? I don't know. All right. Wait, not 68 times... Yeah, what am I talking about here? Doing math on camera. Never a good thing. So 2048, yeah. So I need 2048 2x superconducting wires. So it's going to do all the cables. Ooh, that might... Well, this is going to take a while anyway, as we can see. So lots of wires, but we got everything else ready here, I think. Let's get that going. That should throw a whole bunch of stuff in the wire mill. Let's double check we got... I don't need that one in there. Don't need that one in there. Yeah. So those are the two that we need. We'll just throw those in there for now. All right. So that is that. So let's go ahead and we can also... Let me go ahead and do this. That's probably gonna take a little while. I'll just feed this manually. I'm not gonna... Yeah, I don't want to pump that manually because if I forget about it, it'll just go in there. All right. So I think we're good. I can probably turn this off. We're good. Ooh, no, we're out of argon. Just kidding. So what are we doing? We're doing the rods. Yeah, these wires might be a bit of an issue. Thank God we have the extruder for these recipes, though. 545 rotors. What's going on here? Is this... I thought that would be going by now. Why aren't you going? It's weird. I feel like that should be going, shouldn't it? Oh, it's probably creating wires. That's maybe what I'm thinking. Is it doing the wires? Yeah, it's doing the wires. All right, so, man, that is so fast. I love it. This thing is working like crazy. Wonder why it stops. Why is it doing it that way? Why isn't it just going? Oh, is it full? I wonder if this... Yep, that's full. Let's go ahead and fix that. Don't I have like a acceleration card I can just borrow from somewhere? One of these have an acceleration card? I don't remember. Come on, there we go. Let's just do another one. This should be pretty quick. I have everything. Yeah, I was like, I couldn't remember if the plates were doing something. I have such issues with this silicon, to be honest. Oh, that one's because I didn't have a 1 in there, I think. Yeah. Put that back in. Alright, so this should fix this going on and off thing. Not that this is going to be an issue. Oh, there is an acceleration card in there. It's just not going fast enough. Yeah, there we go. That's better. That's fun to see, though. And imagine doing that with a single block wire mills. That would be horrible. Yep, this is going to be... Where are those? I keep... Why is it not putting those in there? Do I need to, like, hit this with that thing? No? That's weird. Anyway, let me continue doing this and figure out why these are not crafting. I don't know. A little confused with that. I just realized these are the wires and these are the cables up here, so it hasn't got to that craft yet because it's still doing those. All right, and a quick update. We are up to the assembly line part. So I'm kind of glad when I was doing this, I did like very specific numbers. So I like did exactly like it told it to pull in just the right amount every time instead of just kind of doing pull this stuff in, because I would feel like that probably would have gotten all sorts of crazy with this kind of setup. And kind of as expected, this is a bit of a backlog here, but I think we're good. I have so much of that stuff, the poly. No, I don't have that much anymore, but I don't know, it was running, like I thought it was shut off and it was just continually running, so I ended up with like 1,000 of that stuff in my A system, so yeah. But yeah, that's definitely a slow part. But the assembly line is 15 seconds for each motor. So I mean, like we're good here. All right, another quick update. We have moved on to it's crafting motors and pumps now, and it looks like everything. It does appear to be not getting like screwed up here or anything. So I think yeah, I think we did everything the way it's supposed to be. So there it goes. And then it's doing a motor. So yeah, I am very happy with that you can put all that stuff in there and it'll figure out where it needs to go and everything. Like originally with the Ender IO conduits, this would have never worked in a million years. So yeah, pretty happy about that little build over there. Not looking forward to having to move all that, but you know, we'll see. Anyway. We're on to the superconducting wires now. I gotta be careful here with, just want to make sure I'm not, yeah, we're good. I just don't want something happen where I'm not getting enough power and something gets voided. But I think we're good. Ever since we did the... Did we? Oh no, we did that. Was the 16 amps. We didn't do it with this one. Yeah, I gotta be a little bit careful, but... Alright, so we got our helium in there. There it's going. It is making the LUV circuits. Alright, perfect. Or the LUV superconductor wires. Anyway, let's come back. Alright, and another little quick update here. I was building the new base, and I came back and I realized this was turned off, and it was stopped, and the reason for that was because I was out of soldering alloy, and just for the record, I actually didn't realize this, but if you... It only put like 8 mil buckets in here, and I thought I was going to have to like put some more in and get it back to even, but as soon as I put some soldering alloy in, it put the rest into the hatch. So that's actually that's pretty cool. So it kind of like remembers. It doesn't like try to put it in and then if it doesn't work, it like forgets or like cancels the thing. It'll stay on that until it gets the correct amount of fluid, which I just thought was kind of cool. I would mention that. All right, but we got a little bit going here. I mean, we're almost done with all the motors, and now we're on to the pumps. So yeah, just chugging along here, and yep, this is still working and everything. All right, there we go. 2048 superconducting wires. All right, so I need the superconducting coils. I'm thinking, should I just do a recipe for it? Would that be easier than trying to transport 2,000 cables over? Is it mica? I'm trying to remember. Oh, it's mica, right? That's what I want. Coils, yeah. Yeah, no, it's more than that. 48? Yeah, 48 mica. I have some. This is one thing I didn't even think about, to be honest. So I think it'll be easier if we just do that for the recipes, and then... Right, so we need to turn that off. Take that out. I definitely love the upgraded hand pump. We'll throw that back in there, and now I need Trinium. How am I gonna... Oh, I'm thinking, how am I gonna get this in there this much? Let's do it like this. Yeah. All right, and I moved this one over because it was just totally, it was way too close trying to get fluids in there. Push. Do that. All right, so there we go. That should work. All right, there we go. Now that is actually pretty slow here. 50 seconds. All right, so yeah, this is going to take another chunk of time here to craft up. But yeah, so I'll just do... I didn't actually... No, I didn't... I'm trying to think. Did we make... No, we made the fusion coils, didn't we? We did this, but we didn't do a recipe. What was that? Was that the Stargate thing? Yeah. UV. I don't know, maybe we'll get into Stargates? I have no idea. I know they're extremely expensive. No, I didn't. I did not make a recipe for it. All right, there is one. Only 30 more to go. Let's do... Yeah, I guess we'll put those away. We're not doing those right now. So, superconducting. 31 more. Mica. I'm gonna have to go get some more mica. Luckily, that is easy enough to get. I might even have some crushed in the thing. But anyway, we'll come back when we get the 32 coil blocks. All right, so there we go. 32 superconducting coils. I've gone ahead and grabbed everything else we're gonna need more machine casings. I just don't know how many. Now I need to... Obviously, this is gonna go in the new base relatively soon, but I need to get all my power gen over there first. Or at least some of it. So before that, unfortunately, I don't think I have enough room in here. It is 3 tall, so like this is going to be in the way. These are going to be in the way. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think it's going to fit down here either. I think I'm going to have to temporarily build it on the roof, and we'll have to cover that up with maybe some cobblestone so we don't get any explosions. But I think just temporarily, just because this thing is rather large. Oops. All right, so I mean, I can probably just go off of this. I know technically this is going into the power substation. I don't like doing that. I mean, I could just build a new dynamo. Why don't we, how about like just on top of this? Doesn't have to be that close to the cables. I could even run up cables from a different way. Anyway, let's go ahead and lay this out. Now, I guess we'll put the front like here, just because the thing's there. All right, so basically, this is basically how we're going to lay it out. So you do the 3, 2, 1, and then 2 this way. 3, 2, 1, and then... Yeah. 3. I guess we'll just use these for now. So 2, 1, and then turn. 2, and then 3. All right, so that is the inner circle of the fusion reactor, as we can see. A pretty basic circle, a Minecraft circle. Completely symmetrical. Just double checking I did everything right. Yeah. All right, so on top of that ring, this is just the easiest way I found to do this. You're going to put these superconducting coils. And if we have the correct number, then we built it right. If we have extra or not enough, then something's wrong. All right, so there we go. So there is the inner kind of fusion coil of the reactor. Now these get covered up know, this is probably not the quickest way to build it, but it's just easier setting the... Oops. I like setting the coil first. Yeah, that's gonna bug me. There we go. Yeah, so I get the coil set up, and then we will build the rest. All right. So I guess we'll put the front here. So now the front goes, we'll put it on there. I guess right there. Should we do that? No. Let's just, because I have like that dip there, let's put it on here so we not struggling there. All right. Now there is a interface, but this thing is pretty confusing and it calls it different things. Plasma extractor is output hatch, and then material injectors is input hatches. Energy injector is the energy hatches. So it looks like yeah, it looks like it's built the same way as I think it is. So if I remember correctly, the output hatches will go here, and you could add as many as you want. So I would probably, I'm not going to do it for this hatch, but as we upgrade it, we're going to need more expensive casings. So I will probably do the max amount of hatches for that. But basically you can do an output hatch there, an output hatch here, and then the same on this side, like output hatch, output hatch. So you can do that way. And you could also do hatch and output hatch in here, and then all the way around. So you can do 16 output hatches and 16 input hatches, I believe. And 16 energy hatches. So you can really lower the amount of casings that you need. Yeah, let's put the input hatches here and here. So if we look, so there's the input hatches, or the top, this is the top layer, I believe. Yeah. So the blue ring is the coils, as we can see. So that's the inner ring. The material injectors, the input hatches, will go on top of the coils. So like that. And then on the outside of it is the extractors on either side. So on this side and that side. And then the energy hatches will go there on each corner. So on the one block, that's where they go. Obviously they're facing the wrong way, but we will get that fixed. And then you can also do this on the inside as well. So there and there, there and there, there and there. And there you go. Now, you don't need 16 energy hatches, but if you want to run the most expensive recipes, which I think is europium, you need 16 hatches. I think you actually need 10 or 15, but might as well do the max. All right. So that is all the hatches and coils and everything. Now, the last bits, we just fill everything else in that we haven't done. Now, depending on how many hatches you used, well, how many casings you're going to need. But these are so cheap, I didn't bother doing that. And basically, all we're going to do is fully cover up the coil. So wherever the coil is, we're going to place a block. So underneath, so we're covering that up here. And then underneath, on top, underneath. And then we just do this all the way around until every bit is covered. And don't forget this one. So there. Now that I'm looking at it, I should have just built this out of casings. When I originally built that ring of like cobblestone, that would have been easier. But as we can see, we ran out of casings. So let me count up here. How many we need? We're going to need quite a lot. I think we need about 80 in total. Yeah, let me count up how many more we need, and then we'll come back and finish this up. All right, I think I counted I need 76 more, so we're about 110-ish, 108. But as we can see, it's super fast, so I wasn't overly concerned about it. It's just 8 chrome. So casing, yeah. So we'll go ahead and continue to build this. There. I think that is the whole. Nope. I just want to kind of like do each level. So yeah, definitely when you're building the coil, use the casings first as the base, because they have to go on there. All right, let's. Why don't we do the inside and the top next? And then we will fix those. Yeah, the nice thing about it is completely symmetrical. So once you get like one side, it kind of like it's easier. Because you just kind of do the same thing 4 times in a row. Alright, so that's the inside. And like I said, you could replace these with output hatches if you want. Which we probably will in the next ones. Anyway, I guess we will do the top layer. Now, as we can see, I built like a ceiling here, but I kind of made it one too small. All right, let's grab the rest. Hopefully I counted correctly. I feel like that doesn't feel like enough, but it could be. Let's just double check everything. Yep, everything looks covered in here. That's all right. And then the last is just the outside bit. Definitely feel like wow, I actually counted correctly? I think I did. What am I doing? I can just do it like that. Let's fix all these and see if we got this correct. Cross our fingers. It looks like I did not. Okay, let me figure out what I am missing or what I did wrong. I probably just missed a casing somewhere. And yeah, we'll come back. All right, I realized what was wrong, and that is because the computer has to go in the center. I guess I should have figured that out right there. So I'm in center of it. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. That was completely obvious, but that is different than the other version. Gregtech Community Edition, that goes on the outside. It's a bit weird that it goes on the inside, because like how can I see, like how can I click on the thing? I'd have to like jump over it. It's a bit weird. But as you can see, it formed okay because the hatches all turn into like that that thing. Now we will upgrade this eventually, and you get different casings. I don't know if that is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, we'll get to that eventually, but for now it's just using the LUV machine casing, so it doesn't look very super fancy, but yeah. So there is the fusion reactor finally built. Now basically we just hook this up to some power. Now I think I'm just gonna do, well, should we get europium? Guess we could go ahead and get europium. If we look at actually the quest that opened up, it tells you a block of europium and some plates. So 2 hydrogen and 13 neodymium is what we need to feed it. Why I'm going there. So why don't we just go ahead and do this. Helps if I do that. So we got our hydrogen. Let's grab, what was it, 13 neodymium. Yeah, we're not going to be doing this a whole lot. Right, that's not going to work with those cells. You know, work with those? Yeah. I'm just thinking the europium. Alright, so you can use a regular fluid solidifier. So basically we're going to put 2 different fluids in here. It'll fuse them together to create a new one, which in this case will be europium. So let's go ahead and just smelt down the neodymium. And we need quite a few cables now that I'm thinking. Actually, I think quick change of plan. I actually am going to do plasma, I think, instead, because that is actually easier to craft. And we'll take a look at why that is the case. That might actually be enough. I think. I can't remember how far away we are from the thing. I just want to get it going and get our first thing. Actually, I don't. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really don't know. If it. I don't think we need to feed every single hatch. I think that is just how much it can hold now that I'm thinking about it. I think that's probably. I don't know. We'll bring. Let's just do neodymium. I keep jumping around here. First, we need to hook it up to. We'll just throw it on there. Problem is, if that is not running, this won't run. So, are you running? Yeah, it's running slow. So that's a problem with hooking that directly up to that. Where are we in here? I wonder if we could go up that way. I know this looks pretty terrible, but I need to get it like a decent power, and connecting it right off that line is probably not the best idea. And I just want to kind of wrap up this episode because it's going to run quite long here, but yeah, that's not that big of a deal. Where did I jump in here? So there is that. No, that's not where I wanted that to go. Actually pretty close. All right, I think that is good. And like I said, this will be moved relatively quickly. This isn't going to be here very long. I want to get this going. All right, so let's just double check. Those are LUV energy hatches. These can hold 4 amps, so we can connect to 2. I had it facing up. All right, so there we go. That should be getting charged. See, now we can't click on the thing. I wish it was here. I have to like jump up. Yeah, all right, so it's charging up. Now, the way these things work is we put the fluids in here. I don't know if I have to like hit this while it's on, or does it already start like on? So we're gonna put our hydrogen in there, our molten neodymium, it goes in there. And now if we look at the europium recipe, molten, not europium plasma, molten europium, we will see hydrogen gas, 48 hydrogen gas, 16 neodymium. So 1 to 3 will get you 16 europium. Now it needs 24,000 EU per tick, which is not a problem. I'm pretty sure, actually no, yeah. I think you can pull it all from these energy hatches, I think. The only thing is, it says each hatch has a storage, each hatch provides 48 EU per tick per recipe. I don't know if you have to connect them all, or can I just connect the 2? We'll have to find out about that. But if we look at that recipe, the molten europium, it needs 24. So I need at least 12 hatches-ish. And you need, to start, you need 150 million EU. It looks like it's actually running. Or is it voiding this stuff? Yeah, it looks like it's not getting enough power. So it looks like I may need to... Yeah, it looks like I may need to connect all the energy hatches to do this recipe, unfortunately. Why don't we, really quick before we finish up here, why don't we just go ahead and try the other recipe? I would like to get at least kind of one recipe here. At least working. Pull that out. So unfortunately we kind of avoided a little bit, but neodymium and hydrogen are so easy to get, it doesn't really matter. All right, so this is filling up. All right, let's go get helium and the deuterium, which I have tons of now, just to get this working. I want to make sure it's working correctly. So let's do, I don't remember the ratio, about 32 and 32. All right, so I have plenty. I probably should just look up the recipe. Yeah, same amount. So I guess right. All right. So this should produce 32 helium plasma. This is our helium that I got from Mercury. Yeah. So this needs 60 million, and once you get 60 million, it should just continue to run. It only needs 2,000 EU per tick. So that's why I was thinking, let's start with this. Because it does look like I'm going to need to connect all the hatches to the power, which is a bit annoying, but yeah. Deuterium. I don't know if you actually need that much, or now that I'm thinking about it, helium-3, or do you just need a capacity with that much? I don't know. Let's we'll turn it on and see what happens. Does it run? Yeah, it looks like it needs to fill up. Let me wait till it fills up and let's see what happens. It's voided. It's trying, and it's obviously not getting enough because it's voiding. All right, and finally we're over the 60 million. It does look like these are only pulling 2,000 U per tick. If I click on these wires, it's only saying like 0 amps, which means it's pulling less than a 1 amp per tick or whatever. So yeah, and this went up pretty slowly as well. So it does look like for that europium, I'm gonna have to attach like all these, or at least as many as whatever the recipe is. But anyway, let's go ahead and hit this and just see if this actually produces what we want it to. All right, so there we go. It's lit up. It looks like we are running. We are still filling up with power here, and we are draining the deuterium and the helium, and we are producing helium plasma. Awesome, so we finally got a working fusion reactor. Now there's a whole lot of recipes, but we'll get into more of those. There's 39 pages of recipes here. We can see what we can get ourselves into here. Producing stuff that was previously hard to make. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.